Good evening and welcome to my live. Anyone here? It's 21:30 and I thought of discussing something with you. Anyone here? If you're here, you can write a comment. Hello? Is there anyone here? Write a comment. Should I go ahead and start? Okay. Yesterday, I started a topic of those people who want to relocate to non-English speaking countries. I hope you're having a good evening, first and foremost. I hope you are fine. So I talked about, before you even come, or before you relocate to those countries where you want to go. I talked of how, if, for example, you are going there because your partner is in that country, how your partner is supposed to start helping you before you relocate. For example, your partner can already start to speak to or to teach you some basic stuff before you relocate. And I talked about you have to know yourself if you are interested in learning languages or not. And I said, if, for example, you are not that good at learning languages, how you should reconsider where you want to end, where you want to relocate to. So those are the things that I talked about yesterday. So that was number one. That was tip number one. So taking it from there, I thought I just talk about another tip, which is tip number two. For example, when I talk of some countries, I'll give an example of Zambia. In Zambia, you can find teachers, in different parts of Zambia, but let me talk about the capital city, Lusaka, where you can, for example, find teachers of different languages. For example, if you're going to Belgium, if you're trying to relocate to the Netherlands, how you can go to the International School of Lusaka and start learning Dutch language. There's a very good teacher there. If you need tips, I can even give you her name. I've met her before, and she's a very, very good teacher for Dutch, for those going to the Netherlands and Belgium. And if you, for example, you are planning to go to Italy, there is the Italian School of Lusaka. I'm talking about Zambia because that's where I come from. So that's why I'm giving examples of those countries. The Italian School of Lusaka also teaches those who are interested, Italian language, If, for example, you want to go to Germany, I have friends and some relatives who have been, attending classes for German language, those who are about to go to Germany. There are teachers in Lusaka who teach German language if you want to go to Germany. I can ask for you if you want, but you can find out also. Talk of Swedish. If you're about to relocate to Sweden, for example, there is a school and teachers somewhere near the embassy who teach you Swedish language, before you relocate. You learn a lot before you come. So those are some of the things that you can consider. You can find teachers. I must guess that in all the African countries, there are teachers available to start with you, natives. Maybe they are there for work, or maybe they're just working there as language teachers. So you could go there and you can start learning before you relocate. Concerning that also, you can also take interest and download some apps. There are some apps online which can help you to learn the language that you are interested in. I'll give an example of a very common app. Google Translate is a very good app where you write a word or a sentence in your language, and it will translate in the language in which you want it to translate into. For example, you write something in English in that box, and then if you want to translate to Swedish, and then the Swedish will come up in another box. So you can learn, a few things from there. There is also an app called Babel.com. That one helped me a lot before I came. So you can also take interest and check out these apps and many more. So those were tips. This one was tip number 2. Okay, find teachers where you live to teach you the language which you want to learn, and download some apps. This will help you to learn the language. Okay, I should say next time look out for tip number 3. Tip number 3 is going to comprise upon arrival. It's going to comprise points, upon arrival, what you should do to make the learning of the language easier and faster. So these 2 tips we're talking about before you even arrive in the country you are supposed to go. So look out for tip number 3 in the next live or in the next video. So I hope these tips are going to be helpful to some of you, and I wish you a pleasant evening. Bye for now, and good night.